French football expert Jonathan Johnson joins us live. Jonathan, great to see you as always. I want to start by talking about Kylian Mbappe. He's got a year left on his contract at Paris Saint-Germain, as we know. Reports suggest he wants to move to Real Madrid. What are the reports over in France saying?
Great to be back on with you guys. Thanks a lot for having me. Yeah, so nothing's really majorly changed with Kylian Mbappe's situation. I think everyone has known for quite a while now that he would like to move to Real Madrid at some point in his future. But obviously he's under contract with PSG until next summer. And there is a hope in Paris that they can convince him to stay for a couple more seasons. But at this moment in time, there's been no change on that situation. He is into the final 12 months of his contract. PSG have no intention of selling him. Real Madrid don't have the money to be able to afford a transfer fee and his salary at present. So it's basically a limbo situation, really. Mbappe is now back in training with PSG. And it's my understanding that he intends to see out the season in Paris.
You say limbo situation. Tell us about Cristiano Ronaldo as well, because from reports it seems like he could be the man to replace Mbappe if Mbappe does leave Paris Saint-Germain.
If a move was to happen, then I think somebody like Ronaldo would be of interest to PSG. Don't forget that Lionel Messi, while he hasn't signed his contract extension yet with Barcelona, is also still a free agent. So players of that caliber would be of interest to PSG if they were to sell Mbappe, but it's not the intention of PSG at this moment in time to let Mbappe go. They will try as hard as they can to get him to extend this contract, and they have the season to convince him that they are the right club for him to spend at least the next few more seasons of his career with. So at this moment in time, there's no intention for PSG of throwing in the towel. So somebody like a Cristiano Ronaldo, it's not really a serious option that's being explored right now.
And I can't not ask you about Paul Pogba as well, of course, yet to sign a new deal with Manchester United, and he's been linked to Paris Saint-Germain as well.
Yeah, so players of Pogba's quality, especially as a France international as well, would always be of interest to PSG. If they could add into the squad, I think they would like to do that. But the issue at PSG right now is that there's quite a few members of the senior squad. It's a little bit bloated at this moment in time, and they need to move on certain players before they can bring in anybody of the likes of Pogba. You've got players like Pablo Sarabia and Herrera. You've got Sergio Rico as well in goal, even Cazorla in defence, guys who could potentially be moved on by PSG this summer. So I think if we are to see Paul Pogba make a move in the direction of Paris, then it'll probably come later in the transfer window as PSG try to free up some space on their wage bill first.
Yeah, all eyes on that one for Manchester United fans. And Jonathan, there is some good news for Brentford fans. Lorient forward Johan Wisser reportedly close to a move to West London. Just how close is that one?
Yeah, well, I've heard that he's not too far away now from being able to do his medical. He's been in London for a few days, and this one will be a good addition for Brentford. Somebody who I think his style of play will suit the Premier League. Perhaps not the most technical of players, but definitely has the physicality to compete and would be a versatile attacking option. Intriguingly, he was the victim of a liquid attack actually over the summer, so I'm glad to hear that he's able to make a return to playing football, and he should be able to pass that medical without further problem.
Yeah, very glad to hear he's back playing football. That's a forward then. What can you tell us about a defender, Duje Chaleta-Sarr, and links with a potential move to the Premier League?
Yeah, Chaleta-Sarr, the rumours linking him with West Ham, they're nothing new. He's been linked with them a few times over the last couple of months. There was believed to have been a bid made for him last January when Liverpool were also looking at potentially trying to bring him in as a low-cost solution to their defensive issues. He ended up staying in Marseille. But now it feels like he will be allowed to leave Stade Velodrome, assuming that the right kind of offer is put in front of Marseille. Obviously, West Ham's preference in defence was Zuma, but I understand that looks like it's going to be a difficult deal to do. So West Ham could revisit their long-standing interest in Chaleta-Sarr.
And L'Équipe have been reporting that Burnley are interested in signing Lyon's Maxwell Corney. How serious is that interest?
I think Burnley are one of a number of suitors interested in Corney. Corney's, quite an intriguing profile for a Premier League club to look at because although he spends a lot of his time playing wing back, he's actually initially burst onto the scene as an attacking player. You've seen him score goals in the Champions League against the likes of Manchester City as well. So he's somebody who's been on the Premier League radar for a while, but it sounds like the Burnley interest could be more serious than many of the other clubs who have taken a look at him in the past. Although I would say that the deal is not close to being done just yet.
And Jonathan, you're a big Villa fan. I've got to ask you about Jack Grealish. I can see you don't have any Villa shirts behind you, which you actually did have in the last window. Is that because you've just basically taken the Grealish one down and you've had enough?
No. It's all part of the rotation. There'll be shirts behind me sometimes, just not today. Obviously, really disappointing, to lose a player like Grealish. Villa fans, we love having one of our own as the captain. Being such an established presence in the team over the last couple of years. But I don't think that Villa fans can really complain with the way that the club and the player have handled Manchester City's interest. I think he would go with Villa fans' best wishes. Good memories, lots to be grateful for, and to wish him all the best at Manchester City. And I think if you look at the way that Villa are using the potential influx of cash from the Grealish deal, it seems like a very sensible squad building operation that's going on at this moment in time at Villa Park.
Yeah, it does. Seems quite exciting when you look at the names: Buendia, Danny Ings, Leon Bailey, Ashley Young as well. A fairly exciting time to be a Villa fan. Of course, it's upsetting with Jack Grealish, but some really good business.
Yeah, absolutely, and fingers crossed we can push on and look to qualify for Europe this season.
Brilliant stuff, Jonathan. Lovely to speak to you as always. We'll see you next week.
Thanks a lot.